We got Tom Gamble from In-Game Sports on the line. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. We got started a little early this week, a little Thursday night lights from last night, and then we'll head into tonight and another big weekend of good football around Greater Cincinnati.
So what happened last night?
Well, in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, of course, Nick, as you know, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer. Yeah, we had a great rivalry game. Boone County Schools, district rivals, Connor hosting Cooper. Now, this game, Connor's won the last 4, 5 of the last 6, and the last 5 games have been decided by a total of 20 points, total, including 2 by 1 point. That was not the case last night. Connor scored first, take a 7-0 lead, and then Cooper answered with 43 unanswered in a 43-7 win for the Jaguars. Connor came in having won 4 straight, but Cooper, 2 TD passes from Drew Wirt to Alex Turner, a couple of seniors, running back Brandon Ty, 3 second-half TD runs. The only negative for Cooper is Eli White, a junior running back who scored 6 TDs last week in a road win, suffered a leg injury, had to come out. I don't know what the status is, but you hate to see that. But nonetheless, Cooper now is 5-2. So it's going to be an interesting district race, as they typically are. But we're not done yet. Tonight, we go to the Greater Miami Conference in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. Colerain at Hamilton. Colerain 4-3, but 4-1 in the league, trailing unbeaten's East and West from Lakota in the GMC standings. Hamilton, they missed a couple games because of COVID-19 protocol earlier, but they got back on track with a 50-point effort last week. Caleb Johnson, a running back there, ran for about $160, 3 TDs. He's committed to the University of California. So that's tonight. It's a pink out in Big Blue Country up in Hamilton at Virgil Swarm Stadium. Kickoff 7 o'clock. And a reminder, at X-Town Showdown on Twitter for all that info.
That's going to be a fun one up there. I know.
Perfect weather, too.
Oh, yeah, the weather's going to be
great weather. Last night, it rained a little bit before the game, but it was perfect during the game. Couldn't be any better.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of other action happening around town. What else is going on for this weekend?
Well, we got St. X hosting LaSalle. It's that king of the road, North Bend Road, of course. St. X got beat last week. Everybody was surprised, 33-32. First loss in 15 games, lost to Louisville Trinity. Normally you'd say no big deal, but Trinity came in winless. Nonetheless, they're getting healthy. They host LaSalle. If X wins tonight, they will win the Greater Catholic League South Division outright for the second straight year. Don't forget it's our tackle hunger. St. Vincent de Paul with the GCL South and Skyline Chili. If you bring a non-perishable food item to the LaSalle St. X game, we'll give you a coupon good for a free cheese coney at Skyline Chili. And help
awesome stuff.
In need. Now, here's some other ones. Indianapolis Ron Colley, coached by former Moeller coach John Rodenberg's at Elder tonight. And Rodenberg's the only coach, to my knowledge, to win a state title in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Moeller hosting Cleveland St. Ignatius Saturday in the ECC. Anderson at Milford, Winton Woods at Turpin. Anderson, Turpin, both 4-1, chasing unbeaten Kings. Wyoming, they look to extend their winning streak to 5,332 games. Not really, but they've got a long one. Wyoming's at Marymount. Harrison at Ross, cousin Vinny. Harrison 2-0 in the SWAC, so is Ross. Purcell Marion at Roger Bacon. They're in the Miami Valley Conference now, but that's a classic GCL matchup from years gone by. In Northern Kentucky, the Little River Battle. Bellevue at Dayton. Dixie Heights is at Simon Kenton. And here we are. It's hard to believe. This is week 8.
I know,
already.
Right? It's flown by.
It has. Think about this. Next week is the final week. Indiana plays the 9 regular season games, and everybody goes in the playoffs. So
right.
We have 2 more in Ohio and Kentucky. And this is when it's starting to shape. Actually, in Kentucky, there's 3 more because they give you 11 to play 10. I don't get it, but they didn't ask me. So, but what
really?
we do is, I know that's a stunner for you, but so you start paying attention because there are some great races like Lakota East, Lakota West. They play week 10, 2 weeks. They're undefeated. So that could be for the GMC title. Other ones, there's that Anderson-Turpin matchup. So there's some great games down the stretch. But I got to tell you, high school football's been really good this year. And how about college and NFL? To this point, pretty solid as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that big game tonight, UC at Temple. We talked a little bit about this in sports. UC is a 29-point favorite. They haven't lost in, 23 games at home. But the last one they lost was at Temple, but it should be hopefully a pretty easy game for UC tonight.
Well, in theory, it should be. It's the Nippert night. It's sold out. It'll be packed. A great atmosphere at Nippert Stadium. Temple isn't very good, let's be honest. But you got the aftermath of, all the hype for the game in South Bend against
Sure.
Notre Dame. So you just have to hope that they may get off to a sluggish start. We saw that earlier this season when they played Murray State, right? Coming off a previous win. But I wouldn't come on, if they can't beat Temple, we're talking college football playoff, and you can't beat Temple.
Right.
I feel pretty confident for UC. And then, you talk about a defining game for the Bengals. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, and that ridiculous mullet or whatever the hell you want to
Right.
call his hair right now. But here's what I would tell you. If they could ever pull one of can you imagine if the Bengals would win and be 4-1 with road games, 2 of the next 3 all on the road, but at Detroit, at the Jets? You know what I mean? I mean, you talk about
It would be huge.
It would be now, but you got to, because Baltimore and Cleveland hasn't looked great. Baltimore's been hurt, but they're both 3-1. I mean, you notice we didn't even mention Pittsburgh in the division, but that's the way it is. But if you're going to keep pace and have a chance, you got to pull one off. If you're going to pull it off, you're probably going to pull it off at home. So should be a raucous atmosphere. We shall see, right?
We shall see. It's going to be hard to stop Aaron Rodgers in that offense. Hopefully they have
It
a
is.
game like they did when they opened up the season against New Orleans. That would be awesome, and then the Bengals can cruise to victory. But it's going to be a shootout, I think. It's going to be fun at Paul Brown Stadium on Sunday. And it's that time, Bridget.
Oh, great.
Yep. No, I'm. You know what? I'm going semi-west side. You're 1-5 and 4-5 because I gave you a half for last week. So tonight, Purcell Marion is at Braun Basevich Stadium, which is the home of the Roger Bacon Spartans. Now, come on. You ought to be able to get me to Roger Bacon Stadium.
I would go 75. I would get off at the Mitchell exit. I would hang a right, and then whatever the first street is on the left, and you go up the hill, and it's right there on your right-hand side.
Can I make sure? Do we turn on the first street?
Yeah, we take a left on the first street.
Okay, well, you know what? That would be awesome if the stadium were actually at the high school. But it's not. It's close. Now, you could park there and walk there, but I'm not giving you a half for that because all you do is you get off Mitchell Avenue, you turn right at the exit, and you stay straight.
It's right there.
Crossover Vine. Look at Nick. Come on. He's from Hamilton, for God's
I used to
sake,
play in the
Bridget, and he knows.
GCL, so I've been to the stadium like 17 times.
I was too busy trying to figure out how to score alcohol in high school on Friday nights, not going to games away.
Here's what I would tell you. As they say, maybe you should have had a little bit better school spirit and paid greater attention.
I went to an all-girls school. We didn't have a football team.
Well, you know what all-girls schools do? They're typically matched up with an all-boys school, and they attend. It's called social activities. If you would stop
They didn't come to any of our games.
Stop thinking about boozing for 1 minute and focus on something that matters, you wouldn't be in such a predicament. So you dropped to 1.5 and 5.5. I'm even lobbing you softies here.
It really wasn't. I got you to the school. I got you in the vicinity.
But I've taught you what? With Moeller and others. They don't always play at the school.
Well, that's just stupid.
Well, what do you want them to do? They don't have a stadium at the school. You want them to just take it up in the parking lot?
I mean, sure, throw the ball around.
Play
It's
some
fine.
street ball? Yeah, let's do that.
You know what? I appreciate you guys having me on, but I'm going to say right now, I'm done. Right? This is the end. No, but anyway, it looks like another great Friday night, and we're lucky. We've had really good weather so far. So hopefully the weather holds up for the Bearcats tonight as well. All the high school football and the Bengals on Sunday. So there you go. And the Reds, I don't think they have a game this weekend. I'll check the schedule and let you know.
That's going to be a big no on that one. Tom, always appreciate
Oh,
you.
it really is a pleasure.
And looking forward to all the games. And we are going to check in with you next week. And have a great weekend, sir.
All right. You guys do the same. Take care.